Good morning. It is Sunday, St. Patrick's Day. Erin Gobra, Slancha. That's just water. I think Marco Rubio's drinking something stronger right now. Anyway, I'm Bill Freedman, and this is day last of Lunacon 2013. Which means this is the bitch session here. And really can't complain too much. Met a lot of good people. I'd say even more than that. I've gotten to know very nice people better, and maybe I sold a few books. I'm going to have to drop by the dealer's room and see how the places that agreed to consign Age of Certainty are doing, and I'll be doing that before my reading. Want to apologize for the fail on posting yesterday's edition here. I got two choices. One choice is what I'm doing now, which is using the Roxio software, and this is going to take 2 hours to load, so I'm going to wait till I get home before I attempt that. And the second thing, the second option is using YouTube's own web capture, video capture. So my choices are really between leaving while this thing is still uploading, and like a villain on Batman, in the old Batman series. I'd love to stick around and watch you die at Cape Crusaders, but I have things to do. Well, I'm at a convention. I've got things to do. I can't babysit my computer for 2 hours. So what's going to happen is it's going to get like 38% done, and then shut off. And I got to start all over with a new URL and all that. And, retag everything. Pain in the ass. Oh, the other option being going with the video capture that YouTube itself provides, which would make me look like Max Headroom, rather fashionable Max Headroom. I'm going through kind of a preppy stage now. I got my Brooks Brothers shirt. I think you've seen Mitt Romney wear this. Offset with a Goodwill $2 tie, but it looks good with this shirt for some reason. The only problem here is it's a black tie, and my cardigan sweater is navy blue, and we can't have that. So ran into a little steampunk collection and got my golden vest on. Goes well with my camel-colored slacks. So I'm going to be very color coordinated for my reading in the Bartell room at 2 p.m. today. I'm sandwiched between Keith DeCandido and Amanda Devereaux. Keith R.A. DeCandido, everybody knows from his work in the Star Trek universe and in comics, and he's just a pro who's been around for quite some time, and quite well regarded in the genre. And Amanda Devereaux is A.L. Devereaux is how she prefers to be bylined. An up-and-coming protege of such wonderful authors after dark as Stella Price and Michelle Lang, and that whole paranormal romance crowd. She's going to be the next one to blow up. So keep an eye on A.L. Devereaux. So what is there to bitch about? Well, you can bitch about the hotel itself, but that's useless exercise. I don't talk too much about my day job in these blog posts, but suffice to say that I travel a lot on my day job, and I'm a Hilton Gold member. Some years I'm a Platinum member. Kind of goes back and forth. And if all Hiltons were run like this one, I'd be staying at the Marriott or the Sheraton or some place like that anytime I traveled, because this place isn't particularly well run. It's badly designed, and the issue, there's no really issue with the design. they call this the Escher Hilton for very good reason. That it really doesn't make any sense. But that kind of thing, that sort of incongruity works for a science fiction fantasy convention. So that's not really a problem. And the staff that works here at the Hilton, they're friendly enough. They're nice people. Um, they don't tend to be in a hurry, and uh, they don't tend to communicate with each other very well. But they are very nice people, and I've got nothing bad to say against any individual on the staff. I think there are some training issues though. All right, so what about the con itself? By now, you know that the schedule grid didn't come out until after the convention was underway, and it should have been nailed down at least a week ahead of time. Um, Things happen. Again, you can't fault any individual, but there was a breakdown, and and it's telling. There's not enough people doing the work here at Lunacon, and so things get missed because things have to get prioritized. And if someone can't do it, then no one else knows how to do it, and no one else has time to do it. And, it's an issue. I'm sure all cons face that too, and just some face it more successfully than others. I mean, well, comparisons are useless. So I won't go down that road. Um, I can tell you that I booked my room Thursday, maybe Wednesday, last minute, and uh, people are going to jump all over me on this one, but for less than the con rate, significantly less than the con rate, and there should not be an open room in this hotel during Lunacon weekend. There just shouldn't. So I don't know. It's starting to fade. It's starting to show its age. It's just what's going on. And of course, my hometown convention of Icon was totally scrubbed this year. They were given one room to run programming in here at Icon. That I thought that was a nice touch, but Icon's been going downhill for quite some time too, and you know they make it out like it's a matter of money, like if the hedge fund fairy came and here's $100,000 of operating capital, go forth and do a con, pay me back next year, that everything would be fine. No, everything would not be fine. Yes, everyone can always use a cash injection. No, that's not the root problem. And I think that until they identify what the root problems are, um, you can pump fresh money into Icon every year, and you'll never get it back. Um, Personal opinion, I could be dead wrong. I hope to at least spark a discussion. All right, Icon has some strengths, and Lunacon has some strengths, which is why I think they should merge into one convention. And if maybe you're thinking the same thing, but Icon has got a breadth of interest. Uh, I mean, you've got the furries, and you've got the medieval people, and you've got the cosplay, and you've got the TV fandom and the film fandom and the film tracking. You've got a lot of things going on at Icon that just don't go on at Lunacon, and certainly that's by design. Um, but I got to tell you is that if you had that kind of programming like Icon has, you would fill up this hotel, and in every hotel up and down Westchester Avenue. Uh, Another, but Lunacon's strength is that this is the con that is taken seriously for literature, with the possible exception of ReaderCon, and I would have said with the exception of ReaderCon, but we're going to see this year if ReaderCon's mea culpas from last year's issues are accepted. And I think they will be. I think ReaderCon's going to continue to be the leading literary con on the East Coast. But Lunacon comes in second there. Lunacon's very serious literary con, and I felt like I hit the jackpot when I was accepted as a program participant here, because I am definitely the circus midget here. They're just amazing people on the panels I'm on. Um, and you see, here's the thing: is I don't think that because this is the literary convention, we can afford to be the snobs. Um, I think we have to understand that, yeah, we need those media guests with getting paid $10 or $20 to autograph a picture of them standing around half naked. It's kind of, it doesn't detract from what we're doing. We can ignore that, or we can just look at the at the circus, going through town, and maybe laugh at them a little. But you know what? They pay the bills. There's a purpose for them, and they're having a good time. They're just because not everybody at the con is is into actually reading uh, words on a page doesn't mean that they're not fans. Doesn't mean they're not. There's no common threads with us. So yeah, if they're going to help pay the bills, by all means, I think we need to bring them in. Um, so one other thing, that if you were to combine these cons, there's another missing element. There's a third element that I would want to bring up, and that is horror. To my knowledge, there is not a good uh, big drawing horror convention that is held annually in the New York gravity well. And I think if we were to merge Icon and Lunacon, that would be a great opportunity to have a cross silo sort of horror track. Um, it wouldn't be a track in itself. It would rather infuse itself into film and into literature and into all the other activities, into the media. And because I was talking with Dallas Meyer a couple months ago, Jack Ketchum, and I asked him if he was coming out to Icon, and back when it was still on, and he said, yeah, I'd love to. I had a good time there, but it wasn't worth my time financially because the people at Icon don't buy horror. Well, if we were to merge a horror con, or found a horror con as a component of this new merged con, there would be ample opportunity to serve that underserved community. All right, so let's see. Just checking my notes here, and I think perhaps another big question is, where would this con be? Um, I would be against having it in Stony Brook. Um, Icon likes to talk. Icon organizers like to talk about how a big part of their problem is the ongoing construction at Stony Brook, and sometimes some pushback from the administration at Stony Brook. Let's be clear: Stony Brook is in the ass end of nowhere. There is not a decent hotel within shooting distance, and the Holiday Inn is completely inadequate. Um, it's got a ballroom, great. It's a crappy hotel, and there's some sleazy people who hang out there in the bar, and it's right down the street from the strip clubs. And I think a lot of people are really uncomfortable. Don't ask how I know that. A lot of people are uncomfortable with that hotel. And the fact that you have to drive a half hour through back roads, if you don't know Suffolk County and you don't have GPS, you will not find the university from the hotel. So it's a problem. I don't think that Icon should be waiting for Stony Brook to come around. I think they'd be well rid of Stony Brook. Speaking as someone who lives in West Hempstead and is a Hofstra alumnus, of course I would love to see it go to Hofstra. I think it would draw more people from Manhattan and Brooklyn and Queens too, and the Bronx and that other one. but it would be it would also be better from the point of view of hospitality, because right over the fence there you've got the Marriott, which was good enough for Stoker Awards weekend a couple of years ago. So sure as hell can serve as a convention site. I don't know what the economics are involved there, but it's certainly uh, an opportunity. The third option would be if we were to continue this merged convention here at the Rybrook Hilton. The We would have to bring in a university, or some kind of college campus to uh, to serve the purpose that it does at Icon, and I think you need a hotel and a campus to pull off something that big. And fortunately, around here, you've got your choice of SUNY Purchase, Manhattanville, and of course Fordham, all 5-minute drives from here. Uh, it seems like it would be pretty easy to get some space from one of them on a long-term contract. Uh, so we've got some choices. There's a lot of ideas. We could have a mega sci-fi fantasy horror convention somewhere in the New York suburbs, out somewhere around 20 miles from Grand Central Station. But I think it involves a lot of people working together. A lot of people might have to get over themselves, and put me on that list, fine. But there's I don't think that what's going on now is sustainable, and I'm just trying to be helpful and throwing out some ideas. I'd love to hear what you think. So, like I said, I'm going to go do my con stuff now, and then I'm going to go home and upload this later this evening, and looking forward to tonight's Walking Dead. So, everyone have a great rest of the weekend, and hope to see some of you at Balticon and at Capclave, and got a couple other ideas where I might be selling Mighty Mighty and Age of Certainty. And just one last plug is that Age of Certainty is on sale right now from Amazon and from the Rebel website in both trade paperback and all ebook formats. Mighty Mighty is going to be available as an ebook. It's coming out in 3 parts, but the bound edition that will be comprised of all 3 parts will be coming out in time for the holidays. It makes a great gift. But when you pre-order, make sure that you go to the Rebel site and you use the promo code Lunacon, and you'll get some swag.